Hello dear students, today in final accounts last problem we'll see. In this problem I have taken main typical adjustments of bad debts, discount and debtors and reserve for doubtful debts. All these transactions in one problem you can find it. Especially for bad debts I have taken this problem. First I'll explain this problem, then after that we'll see. Okay. So without wasting much time, let's enter into the problem. So here it is given trial balance and adjustments 5. Trial balance, you know that each and every transaction comes only one time, either in the trading account, profit and loss account or balance sheet. Somewhere it comes only one time. That you have to decide where it comes. So let's discuss. First one is debtors. Debtors balance sheet, asset. Opening stock, trading account first item. Cash in hand, cash at bank, both are assets. Next, plant and machinery, asset. Sundry creditors, balance sheet, liability. Commission, credit side it is given, so P&L account credit side. If it is given on the debit side, then we would have taken on the debit side of P&L account. Now, it means credit side means we are receiving commission, it's an income. Next, trade expenses. Whenever you find trade expenses, please search for general expenses. General expenses, is it given? Not given. It means this we have to write it in the P&L account. If general expenses are given, then this would be treated as direct expenses. It goes into the trading account debit side. General expenses, P&L account debit side. Now general expenses are not there. So this is indirect expenses. We are going to take it into the P&L account. Trade. Don't get confused with this word trade. Trade means manufacturing, no. But general expenses both are there. Then only this comes in the trading account. Next, sales. P&L account credit side. Sales return. This is to be deducted from the sales in the trading account. Sales trading account credit side. From there we are going to deduct sales returns. Sales returns. Next, salaries. Salaries is a indirect expenses. So trading account, P&L account debit side will write indirect expenses. Carriage outwards, rent, insurance premium, all these things are indirect expenses. So P&L account debit side. Remember one thing regarding this carriage outwards. Carriage outwards they are saying. Outwards are related to the office, indirect expenses. So we are treating it as a indirect expense in the P&L account debit side. If they are saying simply carriage, then trading account debit side. Carriage inwards, trading account debit side. Only carriage outwards comes in the P&L account because it is the indirect expenses. Rent and salaries, you know that these two are indirect expenses. Insurance premium paying, who will pay? Through the office only. So that is why this is also indirect expenses. Next, bills payable. Payable, balance sheet liability. Purchases, trading account debit side. Always see purchase returns are there on the credit side. It's not there. So directly we can write, purchase returns are here. Next. So this purchase returns to be deducted from the purchases. And sales returns are also there, na? Yeah, this is here. So both should be deducted. From sales returns deducted, and from purchases, purchase returns to be deducted in the trading account. Next, discount, profit and loss account debit side because it is indirect expenses. Next, business premises. Business premises, we are having business premises. That's an asset. So balance sheet asset. Next, capital. Capital is always balance sheet liability side will take. So am I clear about this trading account? No doubt. Trial balance. If this is clear, then we'll go for the adjustments. Make it sure each and every transaction. Whenever I am explaining you, you talk along with me. When you are workouting alone, then also you please talk on yourself, talk to yourself, keep on saying, yeah, trading account debit side it comes, capital, balance sheet, liability, like you tell to yourself. That will be easy for you to remember the topics. Okay. Now coming to the adjustments. Adjustments, first one is here, closing stock. Closing stock, as you know, 2 times it comes. One time in the trading account credit side and another time balance sheet asset. This is, you know. Next one is that rent was unpaid to the extent of 85 rupees. Unpaid rent, what do we do? That will take it into the P&L account debit side like this. Rent is here, already paid is 2100, inner column will write. And unpaid means payable, outstanding, add outstanding rent, it is 85. So outer column will write 2185. This is going to come once again, where balance sheet liability, because payable rent, right? Next one, 150 rupees outstanding trade expenses. Trade expenses are also outstanding, means payable. Same treatment, rent we have taken here. Next we will take trade expenses. Trade expenses are how much? Yeah, 1075. 1075 will write it in the inner column. Add outstanding means payable. How much? 150. So outer column will be writing 1225. So this once again comes in the balance sheet liability, payable liability. Okay. So second one is over, clear. Next one, third one, 400 is to be written off as bad debts. 400 is to be written off as bad debts. This is one thing. And out of debtors, and 5% to be provided for doubtful debts. 400 bad debts, 5% doubtful debts. Remember, whatever is given in the adjustments related to the bad debts, that is a loss. Remember this point. So 400 is loss, 5% we have to calculate on debtors, that is also loss. Where is debtors? Yeah, it's here only. That is also loss. Next one, both we are going to write in the debit side of P&L account and deduct from the debtors, both the amounts. Next one, provide discount and debtors. Discount and debtors, when you are allowing discount and debtors, this is also loss. So same treatment, like I'll show you very clearly this. Hope it is clear. I'll clean it. One thing remember, P&L account and balance sheet, what do we take? First one, 400 rupees, bad debts, it is a loss. So we'll be writing into the P&L account debit side, 2 bad debts. Two bad debts, how much? 400. Inner column will write. Outer column only we can write, because there is no other bad debts in the trading trial balance, so you can write it 400 rupees. 400 is a loss, so that is to be deducted from the debtors. Debtors will be in the balance sheet here. Debtors are 32,400 minus bad debts. How much is the bad debts? 400. So we are getting 32,000. This is bad debts over. Bad debts, always remember, bad debts or anything is given in the adjustment. One time P&L account debit side, another time balance sheet deduct from the debtors. This is over. Okay, 400 is over. Next, 5% is to be provided for doubtful debts. 5% is also loss. 5% is to be provided. When we are going to provide? After deducting this 400. Remember always, whenever bad debts are given, that is to be deducted from the debtors. Deduct it, then calculate 5%. Now how do we calculate 5%? So total is 32,400 minus bad debts 400. So it is coming to 32,000. On 32,000 we will be calculating this 5%. 32,500, 5% means it is 1600. 1600 is what is 1600? Doubtful debts. So this also comes in the debit side of P&L account and balance sheet deduct from the debtors. So first I'll write provision for doubtful debts. Doubtful debts. It is 1600. And also deduct from the debtors. DD means doubtful debts, 1600. And another one, that is, this is over, 5% is over, right? Next one, provide discount on debtors 2%. For calculation of 2%, you know that there is a loss of 400 and 5%. 400 is one transaction, 5% is another transaction. Both are losses. Both you have to deduct it first. Then calculate the 2%. Are you getting it? Whenever something loss is showing related to the debtors, that is to be deducted, then calculate 2%. 5% also we have done the same thing, right? So 32,400 minus 400 bad debts, then calculated 5%. Now to calculate this discount and debtors, 2% also, everything should be deducted. 400 is to be deducted, this is already deducted, and 5% also, 5% means 1600, right? 1600 also to be deducted. How much it comes? 31,400. After deducting 400 and 1600 from the debtors, it is 31,400. On this we are going to calculate this 2%. So 2% now? Yes, 2%. 628 is the discount and debtors. This treatment also same, debit side of P&L account and balance sheet deduct from the debtors. So discount and debtors, discount and debtors 628, and also 628 is to be deducted from the debtors minus discount and debtors 628. So whatever you get, you write the amount in the outer column. Are you getting it? I have taken this problem specially for bad debts. The rest of the problem, you know, we have done already 5 problems and you can take out any textbook problem also, but this treatment you remember. Let me explain once again. Bad debts are given here. Bad debts comes debit side and of P&L account and deduct from the debtors. Second one, 5% is doubtful debts. 5% is how we are calculating after deducting 400 bad debts. On this we have calculated 5%. So that is 1600. 1600 also debit side of P&L account and deduct from the debtors in the balance sheet. Next, discount and debtors 2%. 2% also we have to calculate after deducting 400 and 1600. Both you have deducted, we are getting 31,400 into 2%. It comes to 628. 628 also to be taken on the debit side of P&L account and balance sheet deduct from the debtors. From the balance sheet debtors, what we have deducted 400, 1600, 625. 3 amounts we have deducted. 3 amounts we have written on the debit side. Simple. This you remember. Next one, depreciation on plant and machinery 10% and business premises 2%. This is, you know, always you will write it on the debit side, depreciation on plant and machinery and depreciation on premises, business premises, whatever amount you write it, and balance sheet you will be deducting this. Say that what is this, plant and machinery amount inner column, whatever it may be, minus depreciation, and amount will be in the outer column. In the same way, business premises amount in the inner column minus depreciation, outer column. Deduct it and write it in the outer column. Both are losses. One time depreciation writing in the P&L account debit side, and another time balance sheet deduct from the concerned asset. That's all. This is the problem. Hope I am clear with the explanation. If you want, you can note down. For your surprise, this problem I am not going to work out. You have to work out. I have explained everything. Trial balance, all the adjustments. You know this problem. You can work out. Please try by yourself. I'll give you the answers. So the answers for this problem is gross profit. Where should I write? I'll write here. Gross profit should be 6080 and net profit 1750 and balance sheet total 93,082. So this is the book I've been using. This is written by Jain and Narang. I have put the binding also. So this is Jain and Narang book, Practical Problems and Solutions. So hope I am clear. Answers are given to you. You know the problem, take down the problem and work out and check yourself. So if you work out by yourself, you will be able to remember the problem for a long period. So that is why this problem is homework. Do it and check it out with the answers. With this, today we have completed final accounts. And I'll take some more classes. One more class I'll take, especially for bad debt treatments only. Then with that, we can finish it up this final accounts without any doubts. And in the coming classes, few more initial chapters like depreciation, BRS, this I'll work out once again because we have done already, but the clarity was not there, picture quality or voice clarity. For that purpose, I'm going to start the same chapters in depth in the coming classes. This would be definitely useful for all the students who are unable to attend the classes and who do not understand in the classroom. So keep in touch, go to the description box or playlist, check out your syllabus, whatever is going to be helpful for you, use it and help someone. Okay, take care, see you soon.